All right, number 48. A blood vessel is 0.40 micrometers in diameter. Convert this quantity to meters and write the answer in scientific notation. And then B, convert this quantity to inches and write the answer in scientific notation. So this is kind of interesting tidbit of information. You got some blood vessel, so let's see, let's just color it. So there's the blood. Later on, we'll talk a little bit more about blood vessels and, blood cells and proteins like hemoglobin. But anyway, the diameter, which is basically, this distance right here, is 0.40 micrometers. Now, you remember what a micrometer is? If you look in chapter 1, you'll find the table of prefixes, which tells you what the prefix micro means. And 1 micrometer is the same thing as 0.000001 meters, or you could say that it's the same thing as 10 to the minus 6 meters. Now there's another way to write the relation between micrometers and meters. You could say that one, if 1 micrometer is a millionth of a meter, then it takes a million of them. 1 million micrometers to equal 1 meter. Or you could say that, a million is the same thing as 10 to the 6. It takes 10 to the 6 micrometers to equal 1 meter. So all of these 1, 2, 3, 4 relations are equivalent. They all tell you, the relation between micrometers and meters. And you can use any one of them to convert micrometers to meters. So let's use the here the next one is, here I forgot to put that in there. So these are the 4 relations. So let's use how about the first one? Okay, how about the first one? Maybe it wouldn't be the one you choose. I'm going to choose that one. Any one of these will work. So here we go. You have a blood vessel, which is 0.40 micrometers in diameter. Convert it to meters. Convert it to meters. Okay, so let's do that. So we start with our measurement of the blood vessel, which is 0.40 micrometers. And we're going from micrometers to meters. Okay, so we're going to put this on top, and then that goes on the bottom because we want to get rid of micrometers. Can put that on the bottom, convert it to meters, put that on top. So you turn the relation into a conversion factor. Okay, so the 1 micrometer goes on the bottom, and then 0.000001 meters goes on top. And you can see how the micrometer units cancel, and you're left with meter right here. And then doing the calculation, 0.40 times 0.000001, you're going to get 0.000000, I think I'm doing this right, 40 meters. So punching that into the calculator, that's what you would get. 0.40 times 0.000001. Yep. So and if you want to convert this to scientific notation, so that's what the calculator might give you. But if you wanted to convert it to scientific notation, you have to take that decimal place and move it all the way right there. That's 7 places. So that's going to be 4.0 times 10 to the minus 7th meters. Okay, you want to keep that 2 sig figs because you started with 2 sig figs for the measurement. Okay, that's a 2 sig fig measurement. So when you convert it to meters, you still want 2 sig figs, even if it's in scientific notation. All right, the next one asks you to convert to inches. Now, how do you get from micrometers to inches? Well, there's a few ways to do it. If you need to know, how to get from micrometers to inches, I know that that 1 micrometer is the same thing as 10 to the minus 6 meters. So this time let's use this second relation to get from micrometers to meters. And then I also know that 1 meter is the same thing as 100 centimeters. And then I know that it takes 2.54 centimeters to equal 1 inch. Now the first, well, let me show you that last one. Okay, you miss, so there you go. So here, these 3 relations can get us from micrometers to meters, from meters to centimeters, and then from centimeters to inches. Now, where do you find these relations? Well, the first 2 relations you should know because you have learned what the prefixes are. You know the micro prefix and the centa prefix. Okay, but what about going from centimeters to inches? Well, this is going from the metric system to the standard system, and there's a table in chapter 1 that has this relation in there. So find it in chapter 1, there it is. So if you start with 0.40 micrometers, the first relation gets us to meters, the second one gets us to centimeters, and the third one gets us to inches. So this will be a 3-step conversion. And this is how you do it. 0.40 micrometers. Okay, the first one. You get rid of micrometers, you put that on the bottom, and get to meters. 10 to the minus 6 meters. Okay, and that cancels micrometers. Okay, and the second relation gets you from meters to centimeters. So get rid of meters. 1 meter goes on the bottom, and 100 centimeters goes on top. And this gets rid of the meters, and now you have centimeters. And to get from centimeters to inches, you use the last relation. The 2.54 centimeters is the same thing as 1 inch. And finally, you can see the centimeter units canceling, and you're left with inches, which is what you were trying to do. And so you can see that your units are going to come out to, oh, you could barely see that, sorry about that. Your units are going to come out to inches, and then the numbers are going to be punched in the calculator. So you got 0.40 times 10 to the minus 6 times 100 over 2.54. You punch all that into the calculator and you get 1.5748 and lots more, times 10 to the minus 5, and that's inches. But since this is a 2 sig fig measurement, we're going to keep 2 sig figs. So we're going to round it to there, and this is a 7 next to it, so it's going to round up. So it's going to turn into it's going to round to 1.6 times 10 to the minus 5 inches. That's the diameter of the blood vessel in inches. So kind of interesting.